The message here is for us not to be so quick to judge or to hate, and to exercise our emotional training and inherent goodness to help us pull the very best out of those who have stepped away from the paths of righteousness, and to help them turn even their darkest of circumstances around. Let's dispel the belief that born bad is something that we or they are stuck with. We often fear that which we don't understand, or judge without having all the facts. Some of us may simply be uncomfortable with people who are different than us. Some of us judge another simply based on their skin color, or when their sexual preferences or religious beliefs don't match our own. And my question is, how is that lack of acceptance or openness to understanding any different than anyone else's anywhere? One of the sad truths is that we may in fact be contributing to the very hatred and terrorism that we repudiate. By failing to exercise the virtues that live in each and every one of us, those virtues of love, compassion, and understanding, dignity, respect, and accountability, by failing to treat each other the way that we would like to be treated ourselves and the way we would like to be treated in return, and by not holding our governments accountable to do the same, we may be nudging that undecided would-be terrorist standing on the sidelines, watching our every move, deciding whether or not they want to become terrorists too. And terrorism is not exclusive to the Middle East. Is it not an act of terrorism when a heavily armed, racist white man walks into a church of worshipers and opens fire on an innocent congregation? How is that any different than the horror that we see unleashed on so many innocents across the globe by radical terrorism? The undecided would-be terrorist standing at a threshold deserves a reminder and an example from us of humanity to imitate. If what he or she sees are people who are indifferent to their culture, their values, or their lifestyle, or people who are critical of another person's skin color, sexual orientation, or religious beliefs, what message is that impressionable young individual likely to adapt? So how do we go about finding humanity within terrorism, within the individual or would-be terrorists? Can terrorists and criminals be reached and hearts changed? Believing that they can and choosing to embody the humanity that I saw in each of my cadets is what saved my life in the Middle East. And I believe that if we each become these living examples of humanity, we will save and improve the lives of so many others as well. Let's take a very quick look at the flip side of that coin. What do we risk if we continue to see those who have stepped away from righteous paths as individuals without humanity? Or if we perpetuate the lack of humanity that we see in so many places across the globe? Here in Canada, we are fortunate to have our rights and freedoms protected, but for some in this very country, that's not always the case. Why are some of us so quick to judge and to jump to conclusions, or to avoid interaction with people who appear different than we are, to avoid it completely? Why are some of us so quick to turn away from popular media after hearing or seeing something that just cries out to us to say, enough is enough. We're better than this. We can make a difference. Why have our governments and lawmakers enacted laws that take away the rights of some groups only to give them to others? Wow. Let's step back, take another look, and ask ourselves, could a kind gesture, or a warm hello, or a sincere smile make a difference to the recipient and help them make a better choice? And my question to you is, what are you doing to make their lives more bearable? Thank you.